Hey everyone, it's Justin with MyManJustin's Collectible Emporium, and I am your man for Pokemon cards, card analysis, and investment consulting. Today I'm doing a video on the current Pokemon market, just generally how the prices are right now, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that the prices have been increasing a lot lately. It's mainly with the older set cards, Wizards of the Coast era cards, but also it is expanding into the EX sets now. Just to give you an example, the EX Team Rocket Return set is going up in price, I think, a little bit more than the other EX sets. The Team Rocket's Mewtwo, which is an especially nice card in that set, is not even on eBay right now. So along with increasing in price, that set is decreasing in availability. Like I said, right now on eBay, which is a worldwide platform, there you can't find a Team Rocket's Mewtwo. And just to give you some insights on some things that I've been following, for example, a Pop Series 5 booster pack, which is a 2-card booster pack, and these booster packs are especially desirable because there is a chance to pull the Gold Star Umbreon or the Gold Star Espeon. And the last time I checked on eBay for a PSA 10 Gold Star Espeon, I think they were asking around $10,000. Could be more. It wouldn't surprise me actually if they were asking more. I think there was only one available. So this is a really rare card to find in that kind of condition. I think there's one Gold Star Umbreon right now that is ungraded. It's in like near mint condition. So yeah, these Gold Star packs right now. So about 2 weeks ago, I had been following one listing for one, and these are also extremely rare. There's 2 up right now that are up on auction. The last time I checked, it was at $160. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because just 2 weeks ago, they were able to be bought for $80 to $100. I had been watching one and hesitating, pulling the trigger on it, and buying it at $125. I could have got it for $100, but I didn't go for it at the time. Now they are listed at $225, and there's an auction that's currently at $160 and rising. So this just gives you an idea of how drastically the market has gone up, how drastically prices are increasing on Pokemon. And just to give you some analysis as to reasons for this, why I think it is a bit of a bubble, meaning there is artificial elements that are artificially increasing the cost of cards at this moment. And that is due to the current situation we are in. And I want to say the whole name, but I'll call it the curve. And because of the curve, we have more people that are at home. They aren't at their jobs that they would usually be at. They have more time to be on their phones, searching, shopping, doing whatever. But also, because so many other shops are closed down, there's actually more money available to be spent on Pokemon cards or entertainment activities than there would be in a normal time in the economy. So because of this situation, we have a kind of an artificially high amount of availability of people to be searching for Pokemon cards or willing to buy or having money or willing to spend money on Pokemon cards right now. Now this could be a good thing because it could last long term as well, because maybe it'll be a long lasting, maybe this artificially started people into a more deep pursuit of the hobby and collecting, and that'll stay with them, or at least to an extent. So with that being said, we're in a market right now that's in high demand. The prices are increasing, and I think it's important to understand that at the fundamental level, what Pokemon collectors are is we are art collectors. We are purchasing cards based on emotional value, aesthetic value, nostalgic value. They're all kind of these intangible artistic ways that we buy cards. There is the element of the game, of course, but that usually only is going to fall upon the newer sets. So, because we're in this kind of situation right now, the goal is to be able to invest wisely and to invest in cards in a way that in the long term it'll be a good investment. There's definitely some sets right now that I think are at high points and prices that should be kind of avoided if you're looking to buy for investment. Now, if you're just looking to buy to collect and you just really want to have the card, you got to have it now. You know, especially cards that are more scarce, like any of the EX sets, then you got to go for it, and that's going to be, and you know what, and still in the long run, they're probably gonna in the long run go up in value. But for people that are looking on a more of an investment than just pure collecting standpoint, I would say at this time you gotta kind of start to get creative in ways. So right now the EX sets, especially the EX cards and the EX sets are kind of at the high point right now. So individually, those probably wouldn't be the cards just to purely invest in, unless you are tracking them and following cards, and you can spot cards that are going a little lower than the market, or you think that they have a potential to grade really high, 9 or 10, and you want to make that risk on investing in to get it graded and get that high grade. I'm actually going to do a video about PSA grading. I'm going to go through a bunch of cards in what I would estimate at different grades, and the point of that video will be so that you can kind of get accurate predictions about the kind of grades you get when you send them in to get graded, because that's really important. Because if you have an expectation that the card's a 9 and it's going to get a 7, that's going to have a big effect on your predictions as far as the investment you're going to get in it. So I'll make a video on that as well. So beside the EX sets, I would say the Aquapolis, Expedition, and Skyridge sets are also sets that are really at a high point right now. And I think that's due to the fact that a lot of people that got into it have been into it for a while now, and they've kind of ventured out of the standard base, jungle, fossil, rocket, gym, neo sets, and have gone on to discover that the EX sets are a set that they want to collect and pursue and add to their collections. So if we're going to stay away from those, or at least be creative about it, there are some ways that you can have some good investments. Now, since those sets are so popular right now, more of the cards, not just the holo cards in the sets, like the H cards in the Aquapolis and Skyridge sets, but even the reverse holos are going to eventually be commonly graded. So for example, this card right here, this is just a reverse holo, Alakazam. This card is still relatively inexpensive, but in the future, people start wanting to collect complete graded sets of Aquapolis in this case. You could essentially be first to market with a high grade card. There are some people that have these reverse holo Aquapolis cards graded, but not that many. So this would be an example of, if you can find these reverse holo rares in the Aquapolis or Expedition or even Skyward sets in really good condition, you can still get them under the $50 price range. Now, as I mentioned, fundamentally, Pokemon collecting is like art collecting. It's the same fundamental concept as art collecting, and with that being said, cards that have a more aesthetically pleasing qualities are going to be more sought after. And I've said it before, I think that Aquapolis, Skyridge, and Expedition are really the height of Pokemon artwork. So with that being said, like for example, this reverse holo rare Houndoom is a card I'm sending to get graded. And again, this is going to be a card around that $50 price range if you can find it in near mint to mint condition like this one is. And the artwork is just phenomenal, and it's also completely unique in its artwork. It's got the whole background Houndoom's in a very unique position. It's much smaller. The Pokemon itself is smaller in the artwork than others. It's just all around, just like a lot of the cards in the Aquapolis and Skyward sets. There's just absolutely unique artwork, especially the environments and natural settings that the Pokemon are in. And you can also see that with this Tyranitar reverse holo rare. And both of these cards come in the regular holo, and those are numbered with an H in the Aquapolis and Skyward sets. And so you can see, like I said, it's just the height of Pokemon artwork. So by investing in these kind of cards right now, they're still a decent price for the return you can get on a high graded card, at least a PSA 9. For these cards, you're going to want to shoot for a minimum PSA 9 grade. Also, like I said, the EX cards are becoming really popular. I think it's better to invest in the EX cards that are a bit more popular of Pokemon. Like an Evolution is always going to be a safe bet. I'm going to send this one to get graded. These you can get in fairly inexpensively. I will say the EX Team Rocket return set, those EX cards and those are, you're going to spend at least $100 in for the most part. Those have a really unique artwork. I think they did a really good job on it. I think the set itself might have been a bit more scarce than the other EX sets for some reason, so that might have be the reason that the price is so increased in it. I'll also note the gym set cards have also shown an increase in price. They were anywhere from 15 to 25 for a mint to near mint holo card in the set. Now they're up to 30 to 35 and maybe even increasing. This card here, this I think will make PSA 10. It's a really strong looking card, and Ninetales is a fairly popular Pokemon. I think it'll be a nice card for someone's collection. I won't keep it in mind. Here we have, as far as aesthetically pleasing cards, this is a known, really beautiful card. Light Arcanine Neo Destiny set. I've done a video on. That set itself is a really landmark set in the Pokemon series with the Shining Pokemon, the first set to showcase them, the last set with the first edition stamp, and just some really nice artwork. The first set with light Pokemon. So these I'll be sending to PSA to see if I can get some 10s. These are cards that even in the unlimited, which can be bought for not too expensive, probably going to pay around that $30 to $60 to $70, $80 range now. But if you can get it in a 10, you can make it a worthwhile investment. Other cards, I found this card, it went on an auction, and the Neo sets are among the most popular of the original Wizards of the Coast standard art sets that have the old school type of art, rather than the new with the Expedition, Aquapolis, and Skyridge. These can be bought for, these are usually cheaper than the former sets, the Aquapolis, Skyridge, and Expedition, and still are a very sought after card and can be a pretty good investment. And also I was mentioning about kind of getting creative and kind of knowing about niche cards. Now, cards like this Pokemon Rumble stamped card, we have this Mew, this Mewtwo. These cards are going in near mint condition to mint condition anywhere from $20 to $50 right now, and there's not many of them listed. So if you can kind of get cards like this, promotional cards, I'm actually going to do a video about all the promotional cards from the Wizards of the Coast series, not just the Black Star promo. Cards like this, as well as pre-release cards and Black Star promos and cards that were given out at events. There's just a little analysis on the current market situation in the Pokemon, the increasing prices on some of the sets, and some ways to kind of get creative in a market of rising prices to invest in cards that will maybe get you to be first in the market in some areas, like those reverse holo rare Sky Ridge and Aquapolis cards, or just kind of staying on it with holo rares from the Neo sets or the Gym sets, and just really being vigilant with that and checking all the time to see if you can get some cards in just mint to gem mint condition to grade as well. And hopefully you got some good insights from that. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and stay tuned for more videos. Like I said, I'll be doing one on PSA grading to kind of help with ways to have better predictions toward the grades that you're going to get, so you can better predict your investments in the long term. And also, as I've mentioned before, I offer phone consultations. If you're interested in something like this, just drop a comment or send me an email. I'll put that link in the description, just so I can kind of get a better idea of your current situation, what you're looking for to do in investing, what kind of funding you have available, what your current understanding is, what you want to do with it, and we can talk about that. So, till then.